using Fountain as a counter pick. And I remember he counter picked Music King way back when to that stage, and he bopped him there.
Actually, one of the first tournament games I ever took off of you when I was entering was on Fountain. I got a sick double down air on the side platforms, and you were just like, oh.
I believe it.
You're like, oh, Sleepy. Okay, all right, Sleepy, you're getting better. It was a good moment in my.
Was that when Lamb Chops was here in Georgia?
It was a little bit after he left, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I had gotten the training, you know.
But
we're getting back into this. This is kind of a, I guess you can say old school Georgia now, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just been around for too long. There's too many eras. There's too many generations now.
Yeah. You're like ancient. I'm pretty old.
Baka's pretty ancient too. He's been around almost as long as I have, I think.
Yeah, but not in Georgia.
Not in Georgia, no. He was NorCal or SoCal, was it?
It was SoCal, but also Texas. Initially Texas, and he moved to SoCal for school.
Oh, okay.
And then he went to Tech. But yeah, he was one of our strongest players. He was usually ranked right under Sammy. It was between him and Soft for second a lot of the time.
Yeah, that was a really good punish. Got the up throw dash attack forward. The full hop forward air after a dash attack, if they don't DI it properly, is so great. And Baka's kind of putting the work on Davemon right now.
Definitely a different Peach than he's used to. Oh.
And I don't know if that was supposed to be a wave dash into the ledge.
All right.
Hey, we got the stock.
Yeah, he pent up his rage, and rage meter was built, and he's burst it all at once. He got it.
I would like to hear what your opinions are on this particular matchup, Peach Falcon in general.
I mean, Falcon should be winning pretty hard on paper, but Peach's punish is so difficult for Falcon to get around, right? Most of her combos are guaranteed.
Wow, Baka Stone Cold stood still and waited for Dave to push a button and just reacted. That was crazy.
I was like, Baka, I kind of put a whooping. Even with the SD, Baka still put a whooping on him pretty hard.
It was, yeah. It's funny because I feel historically a lot of people have said, oh, this matchup is even, they kind of wreck each other, blah, blah, blah. And I think more recently, neutral has become so, evolved in Melee that Falcon kind of wins this matchup pretty hard.
Yeah.
I have my own unique take on it. I think this is like a hard 7-3 for Falcon on stage and a hard 7-3 for Peach off stage.
That makes sense. The numbers change according to what's happening on screen. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's the problem is that
no.
He didn't have a double jump or a float or anything.
He wasn't paying attention to his StarCraft resources. He didn't know how many minerals or gas. He didn't check his supply.
That's why I think as a Peach player, it's actually relatively important to pay attention to that type of stuff, but also the audio cues, because Peach has such a distinct sound when she uses her double jump.
It's a cute noise.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, it's so great. Oh my god. This is like the opposite of the first game, dude.
Yeah, it is as much of a bopping as it was for Baka against Davemon. Davemon has come right back and just gotten a couple of choice knees at around 80%, and we'll see. Yeah, I like that dash attack to just tag him off.
Davemon's gotten a better feel for the way Baka's been playing neutral, and Baka hasn't got as big explosive punishes that he got the first game. But we'll see, we'll see. Davemon kind of, he didn't really do much first game, so now Baka's maybe a little too lax.
Yeah, maybe, didn't really get we really didn't get to see what kind of decisions Dave was going to be using, and maybe some of those neutral options are kind of taking Baka by surprise because he was too busy just dealing with the suicides or just getting a kill.
He was too busy flying off the stage.
Yeah, I am not for die.
Yeah. He was definitely for die.
That last match anyway.
Yeah. We're gonna have a little break here. Baka gets to recollect his thoughts. Davemon gets to think about what was successful and what wasn't. Oh.
Yeah, and I thought that Falcon would have been stuck tech rolling on the platform coming back up, but he was able to actually get back onto the normal stage. Ooh. That was really good. That weak knee to strong knee was a really tight conversion. Not trivial to get.
It wouldn't work in PAL. PAL sucks.
PAL is
the inferior.
That's
version.
not canon.
It's not canon in PAL, but NTSC. The lore changes.
Yeah, the script is written for NTSC.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, even the European region are talking about switching permanently. Oh, that was sick.
If I would, as a Peach main, I would definitely veto that, but I think that's pretty obvious why.
Well,
Baka is starting to bring this back, though, working that punish game a little bit. Falcon took a peek up on that dress on that platform. Ooh.
It's not allowed, dude. It's a rated T for teen, not M for mature. You can't do that.
It's not. And I was talking about this when Davemon was actually on stream earlier fighting against Cop. And Cop's Peach actually did really well. Took a game off of him. Kind of spaghetti game 3. But anyway, Cop was getting a lot of really good edge guards. Yeah, that was.
Sorry, that was almost.
Yeah, that was all. That was actually full on. Really unfortunate for Falcon, and now all of a sudden Baka has the % lead after being really far down for a majority of this match.
He's been pretty good about this though. You know, bringing it back and staying calm, going for good.
Yeah, right now it's basically like a one-hit scenario. I mean, I
think I would like to see like a dash attack there as opposed to the nair. But,
he was able to get that crouch cancel, I think, when Falcon tried to neutral air.
Oh boy.
It's difficult to deal with. Falcon's best tool to deal with crouch cancel against Peach is, that should have been an up air easy for Falcon.
He was too scared there.
Yeah, like sometimes you hesitate and you're just like, well, I can't do it now. I've already waited too long.
So
that's going to be game.
Davemon has to do the anti-Peach at least to try to survive. Because you know Baka's probably going to down smash because he did the previous 2-3 times. But you just hold down for a little bit just for one extra hit so you get sent the other way. And maybe you even have a chance to tech.
Yeah, he was doing it versus Cop, actually. And what I was saying about those edge guards, though, is that Cop was going for really aggressive edge guards, which I think is kind of critical versus Falcon. Not necessarily that they're super aggressive, but that you initiate the edge guard as early as possible during Falcon's recovery because you give him less time to drift. God, this entire combo has been ridiculous.
Oh my god. The upper was so sick. And he followed with the fair. That was so dope. It all came out from a recovery read, basically. He went for the double jump back on stage in air.
Yeah. And a little ambitious with that down smash. Got back to stage a little too late for that to work out.
Like I said, Davem's made a couple of really good adjustments. Neutral definitely feels more doable for him as opposed to what seemed impossible, right? He was, winning all of last game.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Anything can certainly happen on this stage.
Oh boy. I think we have the primary Georgia banned Pokemon Stadium people here.
Pokemon Stadium should have been back in 2010.
But you also only won tournaments on FD. And I say
I've let up on that stance in more recent years. As a Peach. That down tilt was really, really good, and then the double bear. That was really good. Can we see another? Nah, he died out. He didn't want another double bear.
Maybe he was kind of reading the weak hit to the strong hit, so he died out.
Yeah, but I like that. You see Peaches use down tilt a lot versus in the Sheik matchup, you see it a lot, right? I love seeing it more in these matchups. Oh, no. You gotta tech. You gotta get out of there. Get out of this.
Oh no.
That was, like that blender, the magic bullet.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah. That was it, man.
Yeah, I swear, in my kitchen, I've just been.
Captain Falcon's a smoothie now.
I threw a couple, like oranges and bananas in there. Hell yeah.
Oh, the danger. But I love seeing this down tilt. Down tilt is just so much hit stun. Patrick, Animal Companion, was telling me a funny story about how he was talking about Peach's down tilt, and Drug Fox overheard him describe it as a grounded Falcon stomp.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And it's yeah, that's about right. And unfortunately, I think Davemon kind of lost a lot of that momentum in that game 2 where he was up ahead really strong, and then Baka brought it back and was able to win game 2.
It seemed like he made a strong playstyle switch in game 2 to be more aggressive and try to pressure Baka harder.
He was getting a lot of those like run-up knees.
Yeah.
He was getting a lot of those. Not that they were random knees, but he was throwing more knees out in neutral, challenging Peach a little bit more when Peach was in the air.
More direct approaches, for sure. And then in game 3, Baka was kind of ready for it because he had seen it all of game 2 and he had already adjusted the end of it. And Davemon didn't really make a stylistic switch at the end of that match.
Yeah, what ended up happening is that in turn, Baka was getting a lot of hard punishes. He was getting the up throw, dash attack, down tilt, full hop forward airs. It was rough.
He opened it with that ridiculous combo. That was
it was
so
0 to
sick.
114 instantly.
Yeah.